Hi guys, a very warm welcome to you from Dubai. My name is Ash and this is episode 15 of our fragrance reviews. Today I'll be reviewing a fragrance from the house of Amouage. Amouage is a Middle Eastern brand originating from the country of Oman, and it's one of the niche brands in this region. And their products are available across all major big departmental stores and niche perfume houses in the region and also all across the world. The fragrance that I'm going to be talking about is known as Jubilation 25. It's a men's fragrance, comes in an EDP concentration and comes in a 100 ml bottle size. Also they have a women's Jubilation 25 as well, but today we'll be discussing about the men's Jubilation 25. Amouage has boutiques almost all across the world, and in Middle East they have their own exclusive boutiques in Dubai, of course in Oman and other parts of Middle East as well, in various malls, and their products are sold across 70 countries all around the world. So any known high-end departmental store would stock Amouage fragrances. This is the magnitude of this brand. It's been in this market for over 30 years, and when I was 23 years old, really a long time ago, I visited Oman and I bought the first Amouage fragrance for my mother. This was back in 98, 99 if I'm not mistaken, and even at that time it commanded a premium price. It was in those times the fragrance that I bought for my mother cost me $170 for a 50 ml bottle. It was a really beautiful bottle with a nice gold crest on top with jewels all around. It was definitely a delight to see, and even today it doesn't disappoint. Their presentation is top notch. As you can see from this bottle, it just speaks of quality and prestige, and it just screams that it's a really expensive and like a luxury item. As you can see from this presentation, it has the men's fragrance bottle has this cap which is unique to their entire line of fragrances. It's a magnetic cap. As you can see, it fits into place. It has this kind of a sapphire crystal going on, which is embedded in this bottle, and it has this crest or this emblem, Amouage's logo, right in the center, which is a metal kind of a sticker or a metal plate stuck into the bottle. Overall, it's a really neat presentation. Even the box that it comes in is absolutely gorgeous, very high quality. I have done a detailed unboxing of this fragrance on our Instagram channel, so you may follow us and go to our Instagram channel and see the entire unboxing experience of this fragrance once you are done with this review. To talk a little bit about the history and the culture of this brand, I was quite intrigued because this top actually resembles a dagger that most of the Omani men wear it along with their official or their national dress on certain occasions, weddings, corporate events, even government officials going about their day-to-day. Usually during their national holiday, they usually wear a dagger on their clothing, and that dagger is basically held by a belt, and it basically symbolizes a lot of rich history and culture that the Omanis are known for, and definitely has a story to tell, and hence this dagger, the top of the dagger actually is also found on their flag, on their national flag, and also on their currency. So it has a very rich heritage, a rich culture behind this brand, because they're very proud of being a brand from Oman. And even Oman as a country, it's just spectacular because it has so many things to offer when it comes to tourism. And also they are very rich in their perfume brands. There are thousands of perfume brands in Oman, and some of them are really, really good. They don't get that international recognition as Amouage gets, but there are many hidden gems in Oman that I would love to actually find out more about in the future. And if I do come across those brands, I'll definitely try to bring such products to my audience. So I want to dive in deeply into this fragrance and give you my honest opinion about what I feel and think about it. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about my journey on how I discovered Amouage. Now, I was collecting a lot of fragrances over the past years, a mix of designer as well as niche. And I know of Amouage from the time, as I mentioned, I had bought a present for my mother when I had visited Oman back in the 90s, and I'm quite aware of this brand, but I never actually got to use any of their products. And I visited the boutique many times and tried out almost all their fragrances that they have for men's, and I was quite impressed with the variety and the kind of complexity that their fragrance offer. I mean, they are not the usual single layer or single dimension fragrances. They have a lot of things going on in their fragrances while you wear it and enjoy the journey, from the top to the mid notes to the base notes. And there is a lot of things happening throughout the time you start wearing it towards the end of the day. So I was quite intrigued about this brand, and I tried Jubilation 25 when I visited them, and wore it on my hand, and of course just tried it once, twice, 3 times, and every time I would go to the mall, I would visit their store, and definitely on any occasion whenever I would visit them, I would definitely take Jubilation 25 and put it on my hand, because I just wanted to be 100% sure that the first Amouage that I would be buying would be the right choice. And this is the first Amouage that I ever bought a full bottle of, and this is what I'm going to be talking to you about today, of what I actually think about this fragrance and what I get out of it. So the initial opening opens up as you would be smelling a whiskey bottle opening up. It has a very strong boozy opening, so it's literally like you're smelling whiskey that has just been opened up from a bottle, and the kind of whiff that you get from a bottle of whiskey, that's what you will smell at the beginning. And you would also get a hint of tobacco, and that tobacco actually gets stronger as you have finished applying it on your skin. So it's a very boozy / tobacco scent in its opening. I have put the note breakdown in the description box below. You can actually read through it. There are a lot of ingredients inside this. It has a very spicy nature to the fragrance, but very appealing. It's warm, it's strong, it's bold. The minute you start applying it, the first time that you spray on your skin, you would fill up the at least half the room with the fragrance, but it's a very appealing tobacco slash boozy scent. Typically, Amouage fragrances have frankincense in them. Almost all of the men's fragrance, to some degree, have frankincense. The frankincense in Jubilation 25 is also noticeable, but it's mostly towards the dry down, mixed with that little tobacco, and that the booziness towards the end goes away. This also has a lot of spices inside. When I mentioned that this is a spicy scent, it also has a lot of spice. I mean, the note breakdown is just immense. It's a huge collection of note. It has rose, it has honey, it has cloves, it has coriander, it has a lot of ingredients to kind of make it. It has some kind of amber woods. In general, it has a very beautiful opening when it includes that little boozy and tobacco scent. Towards the mid, you can still smell the tobacco. It gets a little bit more tamed down, but it's mixed with that little bit of honey and a little bit of spices to give it that similar kind of vibe throughout the journey of the fragrance. And towards the end, it sits very comfortably as a very, very pleasant scent, but still maintaining that tobacco nature of the fragrance, mixed with the cedar woods and a little bit of amber and kind of a musk feeling to it. But I still feel that towards the dry down, I can still feel it primarily as a tobacco scent, but it gets, instead of the spiciness, it gets a little bit, very little sweetness to it, which is probably mixed with that honey and rose combination. So this is what I get from it, from Jubilation 25. The performance of this fragrance has been great also. So I'll give you a little bit of a different take on the performance, because usually I put the fragrance on my skin, but I also tried Jubilation 25 on my clothes. Now on my skin, the initial projection for the first 2 hours is great. It projects really well. It leaves a really good scent bubble around you, and I think if I'm not mistaken, at least an arm's length away, person standing at least an arm's length away can definitely get hint of this fragrance the moment you have applied it, for the at least for the first 1 hour. On my clothes, on the other hand, I found that the performance is not that great, maybe because I did not go really crazy spraying a lot, but I had 2 sprays on the front, one on the chest and one on the back. But on my clothes, I don't seem to find the performance that great, but on my skin it lasts a good 7 to 8 hours. And you know, the opening of this fragrance is what caught my attention. I wish that the opening stayed for a longer period of time, but the fragrance changes quite rapidly immediately after the 1.5-2 hour mark, which is not a bad thing. It's just that I felt that the opening is so beautiful and so boozy and so tobacco style fragrance. I would wish that it would last that much longer for me to enjoy the fragrance. But that's the complexity of Amouage fragrances, right? You get to experience it in different phases, and every phase of the way the fragrance changes is enjoyable. So overall, a really, really good fragrance that I have picked up from this house. So let's discuss who this fragrance is for. I think that this fragrance is for somebody who has, who's quite daring, quite bold, quite matured, and quite confident. Not anyone can carry this on themselves. It definitely screams like a sense of accomplishment, a person who has accomplished a lot in his life and then has gifted himself this. I can definitely see this as a very bold signature scent that can be carried by successful people. And it's not that it's only for successful people, but I just say that if a successful businessman or elderly person who has accomplished a lot in his life wears this, it will definitely scream out that kind of an image. It will give out that kind of an image about the person. It's a very bold fragrance in my opinion, but bold not in the bad sense. It's a fragrance that you should definitely put your nose to, and if you are looking for that tobacco boozy kind of fragrance, and if you can go for a full bottle, definitely try it. Or if you can get a sample it for a couple of days and then make a decision. The fragrance costs about $300 at full retail price if you buy it from any of the known boutique stores that I mentioned in my video. But of course you can get it at a discount if you have your favorite perfume store that you trust and that you can get it at a cheaper price. You can surely get it at a better bargain. I know that because Amouage is such a famous brand, there are a lot of imitations in the market, not only in the Middle East but also all around the world. So be really careful where you buy it from, because there are a lot of fakes available. So you should be careful and do some research before you get into it. So that's my review on Amouage Jubilation 25 for men's. And please do subscribe to our channel and keep coming back for more reviews like this in the future. And also visit our Instagram page to see all the unboxings that we do for all the fragrance that we review on our channel. I hope you found this review helpful. Please do support us by liking, sharing and subscribing to our channel, and keep coming back for more videos such as this in the future. Thank you very much.